Well, good morning, Gerard. Thanks for taking the time this morning to speak about our experience together and the career development process that you went through and how it impacted you and your son, which I'll be speaking with your son a little later on this week. So just refresh my memory. How was it that we first connected?
We had first connected at a job fair in Edison. Actually, I saw you twice. Once you did your presentation, but the you were so popular, the line was so long, I didn't get a chance to come up to you because of my impatience. So I had attended another fair in Edison, and then I got a chance to speak to you one on one.
And then at that point, what was going on in your career at that moment when we first met? This is back, I think, in 2018, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
March of 2018. At that time, I was in an industry that I would consider more of an avocation than a vocation. It was in the sports related industry and doing more of a thing that was more of a passion than a career. And at the time, strictly for financial reasons, I decided I wanted to enter back into the corporate world at the level that I was prior, VP level,
Hmm.
and sort out your assistance to help me get back in the game.
So at the time, what work did we do that helped you move back into the corporate world after spending many years in that position that we just described?
Um, well, initially it was more you played more psychologist or psychiatrist than anything else. It was kind of getting me back into the mindset of do I still possess the skill? Do I still have transferable skills? Do I still possess the skill set uh, to come, to get back into corporate? Am I going to be a desirable commodity? What I have to do to be seen as being able to bring value. So you really helped me not only, you know, getting my resume in line and making that look more attractive and practicing interviewing skills and strategizing and sort of putting together a personal marketing plan to market me, but also build up my confidence and bring out my strengths and being able to show me how it really just kind of brought what was already in me out in a very cerebral way.
Yeah, and it was a very practical way too. So you had several interviews, and one of them, if I remember right, landed where you had like a 60-mile commute one way down to the office, but um, it did get you back into quote unquote the game as you were describing. And so, how did the work that we did impact your ability not just to get the position, but once you were there, you know, back in the situation where you were quote unquote contributing, adding value, and making a difference like you had done so many times before?
Yeah, that's correct. You helped me land a vice president of sales position for a national janitorial uh, uh, firm, and even though it was, like you said, a 60-mile commute one way, it enabled me to basically uh, not only go back to the level and the skills that I was exhibiting before and exhibiting those leadership skills and the success, but also raise it a little bit because you kind of
Right.
built on the stuff the things we talked about and making me realize, I had the leadership skills, I had the analytical skills, I had the uh, business development skills, I had the managerial skills, and during our interactions in our meetings, uh, we kind of role played and strategized, and you helped me build a skill set to prepare me for that foray back into the field.
Any, kind of final thought or question here? Any thoughts or recommendations that you might have for others that who might be seeing this video and considering working with me or working through this process and this program?
I certainly would highly recommend working with you. And again, not only it was a pleasurable experience and successful experience for me, not only because of the personal interaction and the personal rapport that we developed, and as we can see, we're still friends, 5-6 years later, but also just because it really was a seamless process in terms of, uh, you know, I'm sure everybody who's in this situation knows it's frustrating, it's daunting, it's you know and working with you made it really easy. Where you gave me, you put a structure together. We went through, the pros and the cons of certain opportunities, or what, if I go on an interview and I wouldn't land it, okay, what mistakes I made, or what I could do better, or what went well. And you sort of really gave me the basic foundation again of the, basic blocking and tackling to build back to, the skills that I needed to be successful. And again, it wasn't, it took about, I don't know, what was it, about 8, 9 months for me to find the right thing. And you're always there in terms of being an advocate in terms of, okay, a sounding board to, what was good. Sort of, when you talk out loud and you could bounce ideas off of someone that has been in a similar situation, the stuff makes more sense. And, instead of yourself being kind of judge and jury on your own. So it was really helped me have that, neutral party that would be able to objectively go through the process with me to help me make the best decision that I could make for myself.
Well, ultimately, I mean, you were working full time, so trying to get interviews and do the outreach work while you're working full time is very difficult. But you did a lot of that. I mean, you set aside the time, a couple of days a week to make sure that those things were happening, and ultimately, you got the result you were looking for, which was great. And that's always the most gratifying thing for me is to get that phone call. Hey, I got the gig, and we did that, and then. We celebrated one night at Buffalo Wild Wings, if I remember, and it didn't work out so well because my car got flooded after that, but that's okay.
That's because you tried to drive through 3 feet of water.
Oh, no kidding. And I didn't realize it was 3 feet until it was too late, but be that as it may. So yeah, I'll be having the same conversation with your son in a couple of days, and it's been great working with both of you, and continued success, and we'll keep the phone lines open and take it from there.
Great, Bill. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You got it. And thank you for your time today.